Check, check, check. Welcome in, team. Thanks for joining on time. Appreciate it. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Peter, good to have you in here. Hope all is well. iPhone, JD. Yep, perfect. Are you in profit on JD or red? Just kind of curious before we look at the chart here. Red. All right. Let's figure out a game plan for you. That's why we're here. Had a pretty small class last week. We'll see if it's the same, but should have time for everyone to get at least one request in. But give it a couple more minutes and we'll get started, guys. All right, y'all, 4 minutes past the hour. People straggle in as they usually do, but we're going to get started so we don't waste anybody's time. Fitness, good to have you, man. Good to have you in here, man. Doing well. Let me know if you got requests right now. We got two. We got JD and we got Cost, which I think is Costco. But welcome in, guys, especially new members if you guys are new or newer. Start with 1K, one of the staff members here. It's our weekly Sunday scan class, just kind of meant to give you guys a good game plan of how to trade the charts, what to look for tomorrow, how to make a game plan going into tomorrow and this week, and then also most importantly, just charting the requests that you guys give me so we can look at those together. But with that, you guys, I'm going to start out with SPY and QQQ like I usually do. And then we'll dive into your guys' requests as quick as I can and as detailed as I can. Put them in the chat whenever you guys have a request. So as of now, we got our usual 20, 22 people. So we will roll with that. So last week, obviously, closed down here Friday, big gap up here Monday, pushed in this red zone, what I called the danger zone up here. I think on Monday or Tuesday, I talked about that. Hopefully, some people took advantage of that up here. And then that hard sell down Thursday and then gap down Friday pre-market and then the big buyback. So hopefully you guys weren't super overly bearish down here. And if you were, hopefully you sold if you swung, and hopefully if you bought a day trade on puts down here, hopefully you closed at a reasonable spot. I know a lot of us made some decent money here. So I like the retrace we made back up. I kind of got my zones shaded red and green in here, some stuff for you guys to watch. As of now, it looks like we're gapping up a little bit into that 674 area. And so as of now, let's just color it green. That's going to act as our support. If we sell under that, I treat that as resistance tomorrow. But as of now, any breaks over that, that is what I'm watching. That is my focus tomorrow. You can see, let me zoom in here. I'm on the 1 hour chart, you guys. You can see when the 674 fails, we get a pretty nice sell and a follow through. When the 674 sells, we get a nice follow through on these hourly candles. And so that's my focus tomorrow is, do we kind of open over it and bounce into this and go up for a leg up for maybe a possible touch up into here? Or do we kind of open or kind of trade around into here or even underneath it, fail to break over, kind of set a double top and then get price action similar to this, or they sell down candles like this just from Friday alone. And so I like where we're opening. It's not too big of a gap up or down, and we're opening at a nice key spot to watch. So if there's no questions directly on SPY, 674, you guys, is the spot to watch early in the day, assuming we open around here. Obviously, things can change a lot, 12, 13 hours from now, whatever it is. So keep an eye on that level, but very nice levels to trade off of where we're at right now. QQQ quickly. Same thesis, a little bit bigger resistance overhead. So 674 is nice when we're over it. If we're kind of in between that zone on SPY, we don't like that. But this level here is crucial for me on QQQ. So if we get another failed breakout over, I'm bearish short term, just on the day, for possible retracement back into this 610 zone, possibly that huge big 608 zone. So again, if we kind of open up here, I am not taking the call here. I'm just not doing it. It's not how I trade. You guys can take it if you want into this 61267 up to that 613. That's fine. Maybe it'll pay, but that is not my trading style, especially when I see price action like this just from the last 2 days. When we're up and under it and we fail to break over, we see what happens. So any gap over or any move over at pre-market and retest that, fine. That's fine, because we will play the top of the zone here and treat this as support and looking for this spot to hold for a possible leg up and push. Who knows how far it goes? $1, $2, $4, we don't know yet, but that's the spot. So we open underneath here, we start sending double tops. I'm bearish short term on the day, not on the week, not on the month, just on this day, on this setup for that. So if there's no questions on QQQ, I'll wait a few seconds, but I don't see anything in the chat. I see a couple more requests going in. I'll get them in order as they came in. So iPhone was first. He or she is in JD, so we'll take a look at that. Bought it at 31.34 and it's at 29. All right, so let's zoom out here. Might be a fun one to trade. I don't think I have any lines on it, maybe just a few. 31.34. Looks like you bought a nice support. Gotta love that. But it sold through. iPhone, feel free to unmute if you want. We can talk through this. Otherwise, we'll kind of talk through it on the chat. But I need to zoom out because it looks like big support, multiple touches. So I need to zoom out and see where the heck we sold to and stopped at.
Hello.
What's up, man?
What's up?
How long of expiration is on this JD do you have right now?
Oh no, it's not a. I just bought shares.
Oh, shares. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Were you looking for a quick flip or like a long-term hold and kind of want some perspective on maybe where to average down or what's the story?
Um, I think long-term hold. If you look at the price, like if you look at like the 2-year chart
Uh-huh.
or some of the longer time frame charts, it's
Yep.
at a very low price. I did some quick research and saw that they own in assets about what their current market cap is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why I decided to buy.
Nice. And yeah, if you bought up here, I'm gonna see. I'm just kind of looking at this very, very bottom range from let's see, that would be December of last year, I think. So I'm gonna cheat the drawing here and see it's about a 17% drawdown. Yeah, so looking at the chart here, obviously that big this line here, it is shares, which is good. So there's really no expiration unless the company goes out of business. But I don't like that big bounce, 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 and then sell through an engulfing candle on Thursday and a gap down Friday. This is this China? Is this China name or China sector? I can't remember.
Yeah, and earnings came out, so I think that's why.
Part of the sentiment. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So if we see here, this line here is our next line of defense here, brother. I don't want you to just say every touch we get, but I mean if you're in a partial position on JD and tended to add more, you can definitely see what how far you read now. So probably 7, 8, 10%. I for me, if you just bought in, you don't the most important thing I tell people to do with shares or to not do shares is don't get too much money tied up. So if you're planning on having $1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or $500, whatever it is, hopefully, did you scale in or did you just buy all in at once, your tenant position?
I bought in all in at once.
All in at once. Okay. So now I guess the game plan is to watch these levels here. This 29, this 27.39, kind of quick charting. But basically, what I'm doing, brother, is I'm looking at the top of these wicks right here. Let me get some drawings going. Um, that are now, when we come back to it, that is and should be acting as support there. Top of these wicks, top of these wicks here. And so that's kind of your first line of defense this week is pretty ugly chart, getting a little extended to the downside. Doesn't mean it can't go more, but what I would be doing here is looking for it to kind of level out and settle out, kind of like it did up here. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We got a nice move, ultimately sold through. But that's kind of what you want to see when it comes into the first next line of defense. Because if this 29 goes, it's not going to be a straight shot down to this 27, but it's just repeatable price action. So this support level breaks. Well, we got this in 2 days. Not saying it always moves like that, but um, I would just watch these levels here. Like I said, if you choose to hold, I'm not saying you should hold for a 17% loss, but where you bought in down to this low range here, down to this 25 and a half is about 18%. And so you got to put on some risk management because I know I'm kind of talking a lot here, but the worst thing you can do is just keep holding average down, keep holding average down, keep holding average down. And then it comes down in here and just sits down here for weeks or months and you have all this money tied up when you could have maybe took a smaller loss and used that money elsewhere. So that's decision time for you is to figure out, okay, I kind of wanted, I wanted to flip some shares a little bit long-term hold. It's breaking support. You got to kind of figure out your game plan. But I like these levels here. Again, some quick charting, but definitely this low zone here. If this gives out, it's going to get pretty ugly down here if they tag that, this or not this week, but this year. But look for this 29 to hold. If this 29 holds, you guys look at this chart. Good dip buy opportunity for some day trades and some possibly some swings on here. So hopefully it pays you. But DMs are always open, man. If we don't talk already, DMs, send me a message for sure, and I'll be sure to help you best I can on this one.
All right, thank you, man.
Yep, yep. Let's see, Jake Costco, I believe, COST. Yep, bullish on this one. Ooh, I like this, Jake. Not in yet. You're just kind of eyeing this one, Jake. Feel free to put in the chat or unmute if you want. Yeah, what? Sorry. Yeah, you're eyeing it or oh no, Mike. Okay. Let me know if you're in it or just looking at it because I do a lot of clear and obvious, probably a decent trend line here. If we grab this wick here, we got 2 touches. If we skip that, we got 2 or 3 here. I'm gonna go with this one. Not that we should skip this, but I like this here. So definitely a spot to watch here. Continuous, we're getting closes below this 917. Let's see if one could argue. I mean, obviously we can definitely smack as many levels as we want here, but I like the buybacks over this for sure. Yeah, I like this tight price action too. So I'm going to go into a smaller time frame here in just 1 second. But we can see definitely getting some nice buybacks back over this level here. And I want to see where we're directed on a smaller time frame. So what I'm really looking for here, we'll see what this after hours candle really means. It could be very, very low volume, just a few shares. But if you guys like this chart and want to do this and follow along with kind of what Jake might be looking at, or me as well, I'm seeing some nice bottoms here. Obviously, we're getting some sell through, but there's no follow through, meaning they're buying it back up to close the day every single day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, possibly 9 days in a row. So where's our bottom at, guys? Our bottom is 912, 911, 75, pinching a few pennies. Kind of this upper to mid range here. Anything over 918. Okay. When we push into 918, we see failures. 1, 2, 3 temporarily. 4, they bought it back over. 5, 6, 7. So same thing, you guys. This is sniffing out to be a little bit of a range. So when we're over this 918, get bullish and stay bullish. But if they sell through that, don't hold your losers a long time, because you know when we sell through, we retrace most likely back into this 912 zone. But some things to watch here, Jake and other people watching. So the daily 9 and the daily 20, haven't talked about that yet. So these are daily moving averages, not an intraday. The 9 is the purple and the 20 is the green. What happens when we try and get a breakout and hold close a day? They smack it down. So buyer dips into here and definitely be selling into here. Could even cautiously take some puts, because we kind of see repeated rejection zones. We'll call this 926. We're still getting failed breakouts when 926 fails to break over. Continuation downside, continuation downside. Into the close, downside again. So let's see. I don't know how much volume is on this candle here, so I don't really want to trade price action off of that. But stay bullish if 918 bounces. And again, you trim on these little pivot bounce zones. You trim on the way up into here. As we push in this 924 to 926, I do not want people chasing calls, and I do not want you holding full position. Like, there's plenty of opportunities to trim into here. Like, you catch a $5, $6, $7 move and you're not selling, we don't want that. That's bad. Bad trading for sure. Greedy trading, as I like to call it. So definitely trim your calls into here. Leave a runner if we get a breakout, fine. But clear and obvious, we know where rejections are. Nice chart though. It's getting really tight here the last couple days. So nice consolidation, bottom range here. A breakout could come in a day or a week or a month. We just don't know. But very nice spot to watch. Ranges are not a bad thing if you catch the bottom, sell the tops, or whatever it is that you like to trade on. All right. Hopefully that helps you, man. Yeah, I'll check that. I'll check in charting for sure. Charting tab. Scotty, you still in here? Glad to have you, man. You are. XLE, November 28
Hey,
put
so this loss started with I jumped in right at market open, and
on Friday.
no, this was a week or two ago. I'd
Okay.
have to look up the exact date.
Okay.
Um, I believe the price was around 88.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I should probably go to the chart. That'd help us, right? Sorry. I'm like, why is XLE 900? That's not possible. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I
Around
got in
eight.
and it shot up within 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was down 30%. But since I had some time on it, I said, okay, I can live with that. And I went and got my hit of hopium, hoping that it was going to go back up,
Mm-hmm.
um, or go back down to price. and it's just steadily risen since then.
So, I'm not going to blast you public or not try to, but you gotta you gotta cut losses, brother. Even I mean, this could come down to, like you said, maybe hopium. It could come down to maybe inexperienced charting. I'm not gonna rag on you for that. But when I see stuff, obviously this is hindsight, but I'm just doing this to kind of help you. So when I see stuff like this, brother, so we get a breakout. We'll just I'm not gonna say ignore this, but we're just focusing after this day here. So we're getting failed breakouts. One day got their pre-market 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The eighth day looks like they closed at it and they broke out retest. Stuff like this, man. I'm not going to say if you got a 3-year leap, just cut it. But like stuff like this, even though it's November, even if you took it in November, to me, that's still not a lot of time. Like even December, January, this would be a cut for me. Like just because it's a break in structure. Like does that make sense to you or anybody else like watching? Like this consolidation here, Scotty? We broke out of it, and you can see consolidation leads to big, heavy breakouts, and unfortunately against you. Um, and now, unfortunately, time is not really on your side, and the strike price, the option Greeks are working against you. So when you got in somewhere over here, you have the 87.5 put, you're 50 cents out of the money, basically, if you bought in. But now you are, what, $3.50 out of the money? So the Greeks are really working against you. And so, um, are you looking to just take an average on this position, or what can I help you with? Because like I said, I don't want to beat you down on it that you're holding, but I just want to try and help you with it.
I'm thinking that tomorrow I just take the loss.
Yep. Yeah,
Get
and
out
like I
and run.
said, so what's going to happen is you're going to take the loss, and we're going to go higher, and it's going to be a relief, or you're going to take a loss, you're going to go, well, shit, there's double top. Why did I take a loss? I sold it, whatever percent down, and it comes down into here. And so the best thing you can do, man, is just, for me, I think you should take the loss and move on, because now we're what, like 10 days, two trading weeks out from that expiring. We have a short week, the following week, Thanksgiving, and it's just going to eat you alive. And so the best thing to do, take the loss, and is just literally don't look at this chart for like a week, because if you're looking at it, what's going to happen? You're gonna be like, oh shit, it went down. 1K set a double top up here at 92. I'm going to get back in. And then that goes against you. And then I don't want you to go on tilt where you just like start averaging down endlessly and you're just revenge trading this. Like it happens. And then the dust settles and you're like, well, shit, what happened to my portfolio? And so I don't want that. It's tough to take a big loss, especially if it's a big dollar amount, but the best thing you can do is to move on from it and learn from it and go, wow, that hurt the port and my mentality, and I don't want to do that again. And just remember that feeling. And I know we talk off and on in DMs, man. So just um, just keep sending me charts when you have want me to look at something. But yeah, when something like this breaks that structure consolidation, just get out, man, move on, and just flip. Obviously, it's in hindsight. You could flip to call side, but just know that nobody's gonna be right 100% of the time, and just take that loss, man. Um,
Okay. I
hope
mean,
that
that's
helps.
kind of what I was thinking, but you have much more knowledge than I do.
Yeah, I just if you're like, hey man, I'm still holding. It went $3 against me. I'm in January contracts. I'm like, okay, well, I don't like that you held here, but it's a January contract. Let's build a game plan. But 2 weeks out, and you're probably, I don't, have to say what percent loss there. It's probably a heavy loss if you're in down here. Like, I just don't want you adding money to something when I just want you to mentally move on, and then just you can make a few better trades, and then pretty soon you're like, oh, the health XLE, I don't care about that loss anymore. You know what I mean? You can move on from it, but the longer anyone else listening, the longer red trades sit in your portfolio, guys, it just eats you alive. There is a fine line of, I'm in some leaps, like a real leap, 12 to 18 months away, and you're like, okay, it's $3 against me, I can hold, but there's that fine line of people thinking, oh, I got 30 days of time, it's a lot of time. It's not. It's really not, because we can see the moves in this market, how quick they happen. So, yeah, man, we'll talk in DMs more if you need help getting through this trade some more. But quick advice is just cut it and move on, brother.
Okay, thanks.
Yep, not a problem, man. Let's see, what do we got here? GLDD, is that gold or something different? Nope, way off. Great Lakes. What you on this one? X mystery shot. Shares options. What do you got? If you're still in here, they are gone. Skipping you. Sorry. Got to be present to win. Josh, NEM. Let's take a look. And I know some people have to bail out because they got kids and family and dinner, but I don't want to spend time going over a chart if they're not in here. It's not to be mean. Just want to make sure the people are in here. All right. Josh, you in here? You want to mute or just
What's up, man?
chat? I'm just trying to look here. What's up, man? What you got on do you want NEM or Tesla? Just in case we run out of time.
Let's just start with NEM.
Okay.
I'm not in currently. I normally look for calls on this.
Okay.
Now we've kind of entered this weird range. So Newmont's a gold mining company, so fundamentals play in. As a stock, it is until I don't know if they added Robinhood into the S&P, but it's the best performer this year. Amazing balance sheet. Company is amazing. So yeah, I want to look for kind of maybe short-term entry on calls, and then potential entry for leaps going into next year. But
Nice.
we're in a weird range, and gold's price does play a little bit of a part here. But earlier in the years, we saw gold consolidating from, I believe it was May to August. Newmont just kept moving up. So it does trade on its own as well.
Cool. I like everything I'm here. I'm just creating a game plan while you're talking. No big deal. Yeah, let's do this. So I got what I would call like kind of this middle lower range, this green line here, and I'll zoom in. I'll go to the intraday in just 1 second, just so everyone can see it. So I'm gonna zoom way in for you guys. I like this spot because you guys know how I like to trade and chart. A lot of wicks are starting and stopping. So stopping, oops, I'm an idiot, wrong line. Starting there and bouncing, stopping there, starting there and bouncing, starting there and bouncing, and our daily 9 moving average right there, brother. Gotta love that. So for sure, 85.8. I definitely do not want to be bearish. I know you said calls. I'm just stating the fact in case everyone's looking at this chart. What I do like to see here, definitely. So when we're on that daily, that red line, kind of that upper range, I know it broke out over, but that recent upper range, and we can still see here how it is playing a factor right there. So we're under it, reject, we're over it, we bounce it, rejection, rejection. So nice little curling bottom here, short term, very short term. So kind of this, what I was kind of calling this lower range here, upper range here, kind of this 88 flat. If we can bounce, so this is the hourly 20. I love trading off this. Shout out to River for getting me on that. If we can curl that under and we can bounce this 88 zone, I think this is an ideal entry because we're playing the bounce on this mid-morning move, and we're playing the bounce. I know it closed a little bit under it, but basically kind of that close of Friday. And so I love taking plays off previous day close, previous day high low, pre-market high low. I talk about a lot. So I'm going to call this kind of we closed basically 88, just a little bit under. Now we're kind of over that. So if we can get that move here, kind of trick over that, brother, and then slam this 88 and they hold it like on a 5 or 15, depending on how much risk you want to take on. I think you can get a $1.45 move up here. I'm not saying it comes in one day, but you mentioned short-term trading. For sure, that would be my target. So if you have a larger portfolio, let's just say you grab 3, 4, 5 contracts, definitely be trimming. See on these candles here. Again, this is just how I trade. You guys can take it or leave it. But when I see a morning move like this, and then boom, the candle stop, and then we retest it here, boom. I know and I assume there's gonna be a lot of price action coming into here. So if you grab this dip here, brother, definitely into this 89, trim heavy if you haven't already, because that's a $1 move. So whatever your delta is, that's going to pay you that full delta. and then you move another $1.45, you're going to get paid handsomely. So trim, and then if you want to be all out and just say, hey, caught a good trade, or hold a runner on the break of this 89.45, and then a break over that, and then I think a bigger move comes if they break and hold that, meaning daily closes over that. Hence this move, and then break and retest for a leg up. So that's how I play it, brother. Any dips down into here, long dated swings for sure. Buy that dip on 85.8. Does that chart and thesis kind of make sense to you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. Did you have
Yeah.
similar levels or anything else you wanted to look at on this? But I like this chart, man. Definitely breakout retests, back to some levels is my bread and butter trading for sure.
Yeah, the only thing that like you have to consider on the back burner are the fundamentals of like gold, because they are a gold mining company. So if gold price sees a big move in either direction, it's a big influence on this. So if I day trade this, I normally take a few weeks out still on the contracts because they still pay really well. Because when this thing moves up, it'll move up, it can do 3, 4, 5, 6% in a day.
Nice.
So I tried to just stay away from the same week contracts. I'll take like a few weeks out.
Nice. We heard Josh, guys. So follow gold, follow the fundamentals. Send him a message in Discord because I don't follow precious metals. I'm not very smart at that, but super nice chart and potential for as well. Nice one, man. We'll circle back with Tesla if we got some time, man.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Errol, good to have you in here. Possible share purchase. CRCL. Is this part of the AI stuff or no? Circle.
It's like crypto.
Possible share buy. Let's go the daily. Getting whacked. It's fine. Oh, I got some levels here from somebody. Is that, let's see, back 10 years. Is this as far back as we can go? If it is, my gut is telling me, I don't know if this is IPO or if the chart is messed up. Hopefully it's not messed up and it goes before, but all I have is June of this year. Someone let me know in the chat if I'm wrong. My chart's messed up, but every once in a while it won't let me scroll. So anyway.
No, it's not. This is it's Josh again.
Oh,
this is like the company that I think like mints the US coin, something like that. So it has like Trump involvement. But yeah, it was the IPO.
Nice.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone listening?
Cool. So I don't want to say it's going to get another 30% haircut, but I hate this that a break and retest failed, meaning like a big breakout and then the retest finally happened. So we broke this level. It spent one day here. It bounced it and it broke through it, engulfed it on Thursday or Wednesday, and it sold through 2 more days. And so whatever volume was stacked here is, we're under that, and this move is probably going to happen fast. There's probably not a lot of volume in here. This I don't want to tell someone or Errol, anyone watching this, to buy this here. I don't like a chart like this. I need to get my drawings out of the way here. Won't let me move it. So I don't like that that's here. This just tells me, we spent what, 1 or 2 days here 6 months ago. So, people want to buy the dip, they want to catch the bottom, and I say wait for another 21% drawdown and then buy this, all-time low, whatever, or IPO or whatever you want to call it, the opening price of this company. Or option number 2, a break over this level and this daily 9 curls underneath. That will give you 2 forms of support, basically 93 flat. Because in between here is just, to me, it's no man's land, because all we have really just 1 day of information here on the big day that it opened. And so don't love the chart to buy in. I know you said shares, but still, we're not going to catch the bottom or the top, sell the top on them. But I don't like when there's not information here. But again, if we break back over 93, I can say, hey, we can start scaling in here with caution. And then we break below, that's a cut. The setup is just not valid or just not ready. But yeah, definitely for me, I'm just getting a vibe of just wait for this 64 zone down here for sure. Didn't want to be too quick on that one. I apologize, but it's just the vibe I'm getting. Let's see, Ryan, what do we got here? APLD, holding shares long term, looking to add more. Cool. APLD, Applied Digital. Ooh, got some lines here from somebody. What's your dollar cost average? If you don't mind sharing, you can say I got 1 or 1,000, whatever you want. Just kind of curious. If you bought up here or you bought down here and you want to scale in some more, let me know. Feel free to unmute if you want or just type it. But get some lines going here. Figure out where we're at. In the 13s, sold half at 30. Cool. So personally, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't average up, I guess. If I got a 13 average, I'm not going to buy at 20. I don't know what percent that would be, but I don't want to raise my dollar cost average. I want to hold what I got and just let it ride, meaning either I sell at break even or I sell here at this big bounce zone or this bounce zone I just drew really quickly. But personally, that's how I trade shares. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone can just call me a fool, but I personally I would not average down. I would not add more until you're fully out. Maybe you love the company, but someone can chime in if they like to do that. But something to watch here if you do want to take an average. This trend line is very, very nice here, and I think, yeah, okay. Let me zoom out just a little bit here. Get a game plan before I tell you something. Where we're coming back to that 2048. Nice little spot there. So there's a lot of levels in between, obviously, but again, taking an average when you're still up 36%, that's just not my trading style, brother. You can watch this big zone here. If that fails, we might start fading. I'm gonna look for some big reaction zones here. Again, it could come down, it could not, it could very well bounce and keep going, but all right, see how my charting is and go back here. Definitely watch that trend line for sure. But then if that, like I said, if that 20, that basically 2050 fails, look for that 19 and then that trend line to come into play. Or if we kind of settle out here, Ryan, look for that trend line and I would just continue to ride with what you have. But again, if we're down in here in the 15s, yeah, add some more if your average was 13, because the chart says so to make sense. We're going to tag or hopefully tag this daily 200, but I would just ride with what you got, because if they bounce here, which is a very, very probable spot, you're going to be up very, very nice again, 40-50% again on these shares. And so hopefully that's the answer for you, but I like this. I like this to bounce here. Anybody looking at this, I don't know what this company does, but very, very nice spot here to buy some shares. If you believe this company, maybe send Ryan a message in Discord as well. So decent spot there for sure. Frankie, XRP, waiting for entry, currently bearish, downtrend, set up November 13th. Cool. Oh, is this crypto? Can I check this on Thinkorswim, or am I an idiot? I might not be able to look at this one right now, brother. This might be crypto stuff.
Try typing in XRP USD or something like that.
USD.
Yeah. Oh no.
Nothing. See, there's always smart people in here. We may have to talk in DMs, Frankie. Not sure. Or I mean, shoot, I'm just a stock guy. We need to talk to Grizz if we want some crypto advice, right? Don't mean to skip you. Put something else in the chat and we'll hit it if we need to. Let's see. What the heck? That's all requests? You guys are crazy. Do we look at my boring watch list? We got 20 minutes left. All right, Parker, do you want to trade NVIDIA or are you just throwing it out? I'm not blasting. I'm just teasing, brother. But let's make sure we want to trade it for sure. NVIDIA. Ooh, look at this. All right. All right. See, you guys are, I know what you guys are. Hey, what's the score of that football game? Detroit and Eagles, right? I know you guys are busy watching that. I called you out. Now you're typing. Um, NVIDIA. Yeah, let's go Lions. Eagles up. Should we boot Parker? Let's boot him out of this chat. No, dude, I like the Eagles, but I got a soft spot for the Lions, man. I want them to win a Super Bowl, but I'm on the Eagles bandwagon too, so I guess I'm kind of torn. Um, Anybody but the Chiefs. All right, back to stocks. NVIDIA. I think we talked about this zone a couple weeks ago. So, NVIDIA, I don't like this to get bullish tomorrow, guys. I could be wrong. We could blast this level and you could call me an idiot, but see how we kind of sell through here, support, and then we sell through and it's not. So we're coming up to this zone here. And what do we have stacked right overhead? Daily 9, daily 20. I hate this trade to get long. I'm sorry, just how my mindset works and how I trade. Not that Parker said they wanted to get in this trade to be bullish, but if we are any sign of weakness tomorrow, guys, any sign of weakness, this would be a bear setup for me. 10 out of 10 times. And if we break over this red zone, I'll cut it and admit that I'm wrong. So if we open anywhere in this $1 range, it's literally pretty much a dollar. 193 or wait, yeah, to 194. This is a no-go for me. So basically scalp and quick day trades back and forth. A break and retest over, I'll get bullish. But failed breakouts inside here and a break below, or failed breakouts over on this bottom side, I'm bearish 10 out of 10 times on this setup because I'm seeing price action like this confirms to me 2 daily moving averages as well. I do not like to get bullish on here. Look for a gap fill and possible touch to 190 for sure. Yeah, earnings this week. But yeah, don't love it to get long, but if it gets long, over on the top for sure. ExxonMobil. I've been trying to catch this and Chevron, but they kind of move funny. Maybe it's because I haven't made money on them in a while, but they're just kind of moving funny. We're up over this 119 zone. I like this. If we close over it, with caution though, got some levels up here. Let's figure out where we're stopping. Yep, that wick definitely makes sense. See this large topside wick here? Boom, stop there last week. Never delete lines on your chart, guys, once you get them. I'm thinking a break and retest is my thesis for this. They're continuing to buy it up here, but they're not getting the breakout they want. Bulls are not getting the breakout. So who was this, Ryan? So any dip buys you can get on this 118.83-ish, you can see when they bounce it, we get a nice continuation move over. It may just be a 15-minute, 30-minute candle, or we get a nice continuation during the day. We get under it, we get a little bit selling pressure. So this 1883, if we kind of trickle in here pre-market, those of you guys like to trade this name, any bounce that holds into that, I think that's a very, very buyable dip for sure. Any sells under that, with caution, you can get some puts, but just see these bounces, they're happening not too far below about 30 cents down. So I'm a little bit worried on just overly bearish until we were to break something like under this 118, which would be clearing kind of this little recent consolidation range into here. So not my favorite chart, but definitely playable, and definitely be selling on a push to 119.83. See clear as day we're rejecting even in the pre-market sessions. Always have pre-market on. If we push into this, we clear Friday's high. Yep, you can nibble a little bit here. Nice 30-35 cent move for sure up into there. So decent chart for sure. Ish, I think, is ISH Netflix. That thing's been running. I think that's probably all-time highs unless it took a little dip, but we'll take a look. Anybody know when is this stock split so I can trade this damn thing? Oh wait, it split. Hell yeah. Nice. Very cool. All right. Hopefully the spreads are tighter on this thing. Sweet. All right, it's sliced and engulfed. That's an ugly candle. Man, did not have a good day on Friday. Netflix, wow. All right. Broke the daily 200. Where did it stop? Let's get a plan here. Ugly Friday candle, but I do not want to be bearish right here if I'm not earning. I'm just scrolling back to see. That was probably all-time high range. All right, we'll roll with that. Where's our top at? Short-term top. Just looking to see where they're buying this back. I'll zoom in for you guys 1 second. All right, 30-minute chart. A lot of bearish signals, but it's close to support. So tricky. Daily 200 overhead, daily 20 overhead, daily 9 overhead. Bearish. 3 things bearish. Support below. Really for me, I mean, I need just like a bottom tick buy somewhere into this 110.6-ish. Looking at repeatable price action, stuff like that. Otherwise, I am not, just how I trade, guys, I could be wrong. I am not getting bullish into all these moving averages here, especially when I see that price action failed breakout from Friday, which also correlates to probably all this volume right here. All this volume probably stacked right here. So for me, it's either wait for a 113.4 breakout retest. I don't like anything in here just because something could look good for 5 minutes. You go grab a coffee and then boom, it sells through this zone, or you think you're going to get bearish and boom, they buy it back up. So I don't like anything over 112 up to this 113.4, just how I trade. I need to, if I want to be bullish, I want to buy down here when calls run sell. I do not want to buy in the middle of the range. So not my favorite chart, but not horrible as well. Just kind of in the middle of the range where I don't like to be. All right. Errol, yeah, let's take a look at plug. Get you something a little better setup, hopefully, for you. Options, December 19th, $2 call, 3 contracts, 11%. Looking for advice. Cool. Let's zoom out. Let's see what we're doing here. Start the daily. See where we stopped on Friday. See if it makes sense. See if we're slicing supports. I'm just looking left as I hover over. So this is a cheap name. It's going to be hard to get every single penny, but see where this stopped here, Errol, this right here on the candle on Friday, and a lot of bounces into here. And when it's underneath us, those are rejection zones and a perfect bounce here, nice bounce there. So I'm good with that. So, and then underneath that, again, this is only like 6 cents down, and you're in December contracts. So
Yeah, I believe it was one of the plays from one of the analysts. I just can't remember who. I just put it up there since I'm not used to us having so much time on a Sunday.
I know, I think it's maybe it might be a good football game, or it was kind of
Okay.
slow last week. That's right. But so definitely support zone into here, and we're talking. So like if I do this, you're like, shit, that's a big move. No, it's 10 cents. But again, you guys, it's kind of, you know, percents of the option, percents of the value, you know. So we got to keep that mindset as well. So just point that out. But I definitely, I mean, where it stopped, it's no accident. Like to me, how I chart, clear as day. I would expect to see a bounce. Actually, let me correct myself. I would expect to see. Oh wait, shoot, we might be a little bit under that. Let me hold my thought. Yikes. Well, we didn't bounce it. We are under 214. All right. New game plan. right around 2.04. Okay, so I mean, I'm not trying to make up shit as I go, but I'm just trying to be as quick as I can, thorough. So this probably tells me 2 flat is the next stopping point because obviously it's at 2.04, $2.03. So if you're not in a full position yet, Errol, I would two flat. It's a round psychological number. It's just not a random number that that there's no support touches. It's proven time and time again over and over. And so what I would look for, what I was going to say on the other support zone is, let me get a drawing mode really quick. Or charting
Yeah, I'm
mode.
basically in a quarter position because of the price of the stock, and since I wasn't familiar with it. So
Yeah, for sure. So that's good. I love that. I'm not just saying that. So definitely right at 2 flat. What I would look for early tomorrow is similar to what we got the price action on SPY and QQ Friday. What they do, opening market, they slam it on a 5 or 15-minute candle, and then that candle, oops, gets a nice wick on the bottom side, and that should say, hey, buyers are stepping in. Doesn't mean they step in all day or for a week or for 10 minutes. We don't know. But something like that, if they the contracts might have a wide spread at the open, so be careful of that. But if the spreads are tight all day long, I'm actually going to send alert for this because I might take a stab at this. But basically, that Friday price action on SPY, they sold it down on a huge support level, and retail traders chased puts at the bottom and got smoked. So that could be another thing that happens here. I'm not saying it does happen, but this big thick line here, when I zoom out and I see this, it's like, do we want to be short at 2? Probably not. It's a round psychological number. It's proven that when it sells under, it sells hard. When they bounce it, it bounces very hard. So tomorrow, because they are December contracts, you're down what, 11%. This is a good buy. This is a buy I'm okay telling you to take. And then what you really got to do is just, do we get the move in 5 minutes or a day or on Friday? I don't know when it's going to happen, but just you want to see this hold. If this breaks down, we're probably going to go lower. We could very well sell down another 30 cents and then tag this daily 200. Again, does that happen a day or week? I don't know. But to me, December contract, that's where it gets tough. If you guys like this trade as well that you want to buy in, I would use two as my stop. But again, it's such a cheap name. It's like, do I hold the $1.95, $1.94? I don't know. So you got to kind of, we tell people not to play the percent, but you got to kind of look at it and go, okay, we broke support, but I'm down like 6%. Do I freak out? Probably not. But if it breaks this, like it could get ugly underneath this. If I can show an example, yeah, like if we start getting daily closes under 2, then I'm expecting to see price action like this underneath. And so, yeah, you're not down percent wise. It's nothing, man. I would definitely take an average tomorrow or this week if you can get it for sure.
yeah, I would just like to comment and say, every time you're looking at a stock and you said you'd like to take a stab at it, that's always very encouraging to hear.
Heck yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't sugarcoat it. I mean, I'll tell people, like you had the other question earlier, that they love the shares. It's like, I'll be honest, I don't want people to, well, one case says buy shares and now we're down 20% in 2 days. Like, who knows? Maybe this bounces, maybe it doesn't. But when I see like this on the chart, like breakout retest, that's, like I keep saying, repeatable price action. We want to find stuff like that. So if this bounces, we want to do that. And that's why I always preach to you guys. I try and trade the same shit day after day, week after week, because my charts are done. Like I don't have to get the latest hype name on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it and chart it out and then figure out options flow and whatever. It's like my stuff is already charted for me week after week. And so, but this might tag that alert right at the open, but we will see.
Okay.
Decent setup though, man. Nice request.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh, how do you make your boxes not so bright? That's going to cost you $5. No, I'm kidding. Right here, Perito, click on color, click on more, click on HSV. I edit photos. I should know what that is. And transparency. So I leave it at 0. It gets a little bit ugly on the eyes. So I don't pick a certain number. I just slide it to the right, somewhere around over 70 or 80. Boom. For you guys that are maybe new or just watching, that just helps me with zones. This should be green. We're over it for support. Red is resistance. That's just my cheesy way of thinking. And so when we come into something, basically, if we were zoomed in on a chart like this, it's like, well, I don't want to be bearish down here. This is a green zone telling me something. Or if I see a red zone like this, and we catch this move this week, and we're cheering. People are like, oh, let's get calls here at 270. It's like, no, this red zone is telling me, hey, I should probably look left, meaning like I'm way zoomed in on my chart, like a 5-minute chart. And it's like, oh, we're pushing, we're going. But oh, I see a red zone. I scroll left and go, shit, no, we should be selling here. So that's what I do with my zones and why. Just little stuff like that, little tiny things like that helps me be a faster, more efficient trader. Yeah, this could be a good share buy, Josh. I don't know their financials, if they're profitable and a good company, or if they're just getting beat down, but could be a good share buy. All right, y'all, 5 minutes left. Let's do a recap. If you guys got to head out, that's fine. Appreciate all the requests. QQQ, our game plan, my game plan. You can follow it if you want. I'm on the 1-hour chart right now. I trade swing highs and swing lows. Here's a swing low, here's a swing high, here's a swing low, here's a swing high. We push into that. Do I want to be bullish on a recent swing high that rejected? No. So that's what I'm watching for tomorrow. Kind of a low pocket here. If I were to draw a pocket, it would be something like this. So I'm grabbing the bottom of these recent wicks here, scrolling over, and I'm grabbing the top of this wick rejection. I always do that again. So I know where the recent top range rejection is usually the top of my range. And the bottom is starting at my first spot of resistance. So we push up to here. You guys take your calls if you want. If we blast it, that's fine. I'll wait for a breakout retest. But if we open under this and we push into early pre-market, early in the day, I am not taking calls here based on that price action, based on a breakdown retest, failed breakout over that price action. You couldn't pay me $100 because I feel like I'd lose your money doing that. So I'll be bearish on a retest. Doesn't mean we're coming down here that I'm super, super bearish. It just means I'm not bullish right here. We could just retest this level. We could come down in here. Nobody knows, but I'm not getting long there. We gap over it, retest it, that's fine. We can play that game. SPY, not quite as lovely as a chart, or clean as a chart. Clean chart, sorry, I cannot speak. 673 to 673.8 to 674 is kind of, if we open at and over that. So at and over, with caution, I'm long here because I'm looking for this upper range, repeatable price action to hold. We can get here, I don't know. We can get here, I don't know. But I'm just looking for a hold of this, push to this at least, push to this, Friday's high, then we can cheer and start looking at levels up here. But I'm never going to enter here and go, hey, let's look for 677, guys. No, we have all this shit from here just from Friday, all this here from Thursday. Heavy selling, you guys. Do not forget what just happened. This was 2 days ago. All breakouts to the upside, we're getting faded. Don't want to be long there, okay? If we open below this, basically under these candle closes, under this range here, I would color that zone red. It'd be resistance, and we'd be playing shorts on a break of 673.35 basically. Basically, we're just looking for retracements back down into here. Retracements to grab these wicks down into here. Do we get a sell down 15 cents or $2? I don't know, but I just trade swing highs and lows like that. We sell underneath here. Why aren't we bullish there? Well, what happens when we sell underneath here? We get candles like that. Drop in the market Thursday was, I need to ask River about this, or someone smart can chime in, but it's like they're saying the the Trump administration is withholding data. Like I thought the Fed was independent. I thought it was on the Fed to release that. I don't know, but I'm not smart enough for that. But basically, they're not releasing data. They're saying kind of for the time being, we're not releasing it. And markets want to know, is inflation coming up? Is housing numbers, unemployment, whatever? Like when we're not getting data, the market moves off that. It needs to know, for economy purposes, how we're doing. And when it doesn't get released, markets they're gonna sell on that because they don't like fear, they don't like uncertainty. But yeah, I don't know why the Trump administration has the ability to withhold that. That's kind of weird. But again, I'm not smart enough for that. Somebody might be. All right, you guys, 6 o'clock on the dot. Let's go eat dinner. Let's go hang out with our families. Let's go watch some football. Go Lions. Appreciate y'all sticking around. Really good questions, really good requests tonight. But with that, you guys, I'm in the chat. DMs are always open if you guys need help. Please send a DM to me or any staff and support members. That is literally our job. We are here to help you guys. So do not be taking losses alone and feeling like you're alone. Send somebody a DM. We are here to help you guys. Have a great night, guys, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow.